Here we are on the PS4, and I'm going to be playing some Garou Mark of the Wolves, which I have highlighted right here. You see I've got my Fatal Fury theme in the background. I forget which game that was released in tandem with. SNK was releasing a lot of free themes for the PS4. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's also a Garou theme that they released that matches this sort of yellow color scheme of the icon. But I prefer this jazzy Southtown theme of the older school Fatal Fury theme. I also just like that smiling geese there in the chair, and actually I use him to sort of calibrate my color because anyway, you don't want to hear about that. So let's do some Garou. This emulated port is by Code Mystics, as you see there. They do some good work, but they also have some weird blind spots when it comes to simple UI things, and they don't always have the best quality control, so I may end up complaining about some of that. Okay, intro, sorry.
Those consumed with vengeance, but here they do not exist. Only winners and losers here. For here, the mighty. Garou, Mark of the Wolves.
Pretty stylish by Neo Geo standards, certainly. Anyway, Garou actually did have two intros. It does have two intros. In fact, the previous game in the series, Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, has two intros, as I just sort of realized in my previous episode last night. I think, actually, wait, if I back up here, it might go into the second intro. Let's try that. No, I thought it would. Maybe they make you beat the game. I could have sworn I got it to go there.
Those blinded.
Oh well. That is weird. I did see... maybe I didn't, actually. No, I guess I didn't. Well, maybe I have to beat the game or something. Maybe it's in gallery. Yeah, check the game progress. These are kind of cute, I guess. I hate these... Okay, good. Okay, haven't unlocked whatever that is. I guess you probably have to beat the game with some character. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. Oh, you can enlarge these, duh. I just want to skip from enlarge thing to enlarge thing. Come on. There you see, what's his, Khushnood Butt, or whatever his name in the English version is. Anyway, I love that dude. Cute. Concept art style stuff. Oh, Second South. What? There's a bigger city right next to Southtown called Second South. Is that where Garou primarily takes place then? Is that what this is telling us? Zoom in. It seems like it. Aw. Well, and it looks like, so number 13 is Dark Palace Basement, Dark Palace Dungeon. That's the sort of central south area there, so it takes up most of the town? I don't understand. There's the rail line Terry's on. That's kind of cool. That large area in the upper right is maneuver field. Maybe that's where Kevin Rian is at? Anyway, that's interesting. Oh, we just looped it. Alright, well, don't have all of them yet. There's one, so here's a example of a confusing UI thing. Game options. There's a flash option, which I forgot Garou had. But in a lot of other Neo Geo games, the option, there is a flash option, like in the KOF, most of the KOF Neo Geo games after KOF 97, so starting with 98, there's a flash option, and if you turn it off, then that turns off the full screen flash effects that happen, for example, with super moves. But in this Code Mystics port, you have to set flash to on in order to turn the flashes off in the actual game. It's like they were thinking that the flash function disables flash. It's just bizarre. It's just really, really bizarre way they set that up. So, be warned on that. And the sound, like I have this is all the way up, but it's still, I still had to crank the sound up more in my recording software, which is really unusual, so I'm not too impressed by how they set the sound level. And the control is, you have to hit X and then hit the button you want? Come on. But anyhow, I hope I didn't screw that up. There's a practice mode. It's just a simple practice mode from the home Neo Geo game, the AES game, so it's pretty limited. There is online multiplayer. They don't seem to have... I thought Garou was one of the ones that had gotten their updated experimental, what's it called, rollback netcode, but it doesn't seem to be in there. If you look at the network options, it's all delay-based stuff. There's no option for turning on rollback. So that's too bad. Not that I play online, but I know a lot of people seem to like that. What is this? Oh. Alright, well, whatever, I don't care. Now another mode I forgot was in here, though. There is a survival mode, which is actually pretty interesting, and I'll definitely want to show you that. Versus only player versus player, it's not versus CPU. For now, let's just do old story mode. And I have this on the default difficulty level, which is 3. That's default for the home version, I think. It's default, the home Neo Geo AES version, and it's default in this. So Rock is kind of the poster boy. He's kind of the younger Terry. He's like a sort of protege of Terry's, I guess. I don't know. But he's Rock Howard, so he's the son of Geese Howard, the old enemy from the Fatal Fury games. And by the way, for a lot of people probably don't know, Garou Mark of the Wolves is part of the Fatal Fury series. Fatal Fury was one of the first fighting games that SNK made, and Terry was one of the 3 protagonists in that.
Round 1.
And there were a bunch of Fatal Fury games on Neo Geo. This came out on Neo Geo. It was one of the very latest Neo Geo games. but this game is very different from the previous Fatal Fury games. It really changed. Well, we saw that it changed the setting away from Southtown a little bit, but it also changed the cast. Terry is the only one of the previous characters in all the earlier Fatal Fury games to be in this game, which was pretty shocking. Well, that was a whole bunch of just pure button mashing. I'm not going to try to describe all the systems in this game, but I don't really like this top system thing. You see in my health bar at the top, no pun intended, there's a highlighted part on the right, and you can set that in the left, middle, or right at the beginning after you pick your character. I always set it on the right because that means it will engage when I'm in my last third of health. Man, this is the first stage, and I always stink with... Oh, he ran into it, but it barely did any damage because he wasn't on it. I stink with Rock. So you'll see my top kick in after I take another hit or two. So there he's got a counter move. So there's the top kicks in. Now I do extra damage with my hits. So that's all it is. It's just kind of a way to, I don't know, give yourself a little boost at a certain point, but I don't know, since both of you have it, it's kind of like, what's the point? But I guess it's a way to strategically just alter your viewpoint. It's kind of really just a mental thing. Come on, man. Come on, come on. Right. So Rock, I think they tried to make a mix between Terry and Geese Howard. And this is Rock Howard's son. I guess it's Geese's son, I don't know anyway. But I've never really found Geese easy to understand. And so I don't find Rock easy to understand either. Especially since he's supposed to be blending Geese with Terry. I don't know. It's so confusing. I don't have a feeling for his moveset at all. Well, that's the old Geese counter move. So if somebody attacked me while I was doing that little pose, he would probably throw them over his shoulder. Jenet is one of the more lighthearted characters in this game. She's a lot of Garou Mark of the Wolves comes off as a little overly moody and heavy-handed, trying to be very dramatic. And I mean, the storytelling, they do spend a lot of time on story, which is a nice return to what Fatal Fury used to do. Like you're back in Fatal Fury 3, for instance, which was kind of in the middle of the series. Every character had a lot of story. There was a lot of talking as you went, a lot of dialogue as you went through the game. But after Fatal Fury 3, they really didn't have a whole lot of story in the later Fatal Fury games, the ones called Real Bout. There's 3 of those, and those have very little story, I believe, at least 2 of them. I'm not 100% sure about the middle one, but I don't think that one has much either. So this is a nice return to story in that sense. There isn't dialogue much between stages, but there's a big cinematic for each character at the end. And I think there's a couple brief clips as you go along. I guess it mostly comes in at the end. They also changed the they changed a ton of stuff. I mean, the previous Fatal Fury games all had this sway line system. Well, it had various names. I'm not sure what the official name is, but this idea that you could sort of shift forward and backward between 2 or sometimes even 3 fighting planes that ran parallel to each other and parallel to the plane of the screen, instead of just one, like in most fighting games, like in pretty much every other fighting game. And so Garou Garou gets rid of the sway. So wrong super. Why am I not dead? Okay, there we go. He wasted the super on me. That super does way too much damage, by the way. And even when Gato appears in King of Fighters 11, it does way too much damage, and he's an overpowered character. I also don't really like Gato's stage. At least the first 2 rounds of Gato's stage are kind of dull. They're well drawn, but not very appealing. In fact, this one just gets washed out. It's like we're in this twilight period where you can't see much. It's just weirdly washed out color. I'm fighting like a dog. I just... for one thing, I'm really bad against Gato. For another, I'm just bad as rock. Dang it, wrong super again. I could have got him. One nice touch is how each character has their own custom win indicator icons in the top corners there. You see Rock's is a wing, Gato's is a fist. So this round of the stage, I finally like this transformation. Well, this game is also returned, in addition to the story, it's got individual stages for the characters. That was something that they kind of skimped on pretty badly in some of the real bout games. Oh, you got me, I'm dead. Fatal Fury 3 had these amazing individual stages for all the characters, but then they started adding more characters, and maybe they just felt that was impossible. And they really started doubling up characters on stages. So actually in the next game, Real Bout Fatal Fury, after Fatal Fury 3, you had to fight 3 people to get to the next stage. So you didn't see a whole lot of stages in that game, really. And then even in Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, they doubled and I think in at least one case tripled up characters on stages, but they did give them slightly different looks. They would recolor and change some of the details in the stages, but they were still not unique stages for each character.
Game over.
So they got rid of the sway line as well. They made it more like their regular fighting games. They got rid of the 3-button combat system that they had gone to in the Real Bout games and went back to the old 4-button. Oh, here's the other intro.
Garou, Mark of the Wolves.
Very stylish use of the Neo Geo's limited colors there. In the arcade, or the Neo Geo version, I'm pretty sure those intros just alternate. In this PS4 Code Mystics version, I think you only get one in the sort of outer intro as you come into the main menu from the beginning of the game, and then one was after you end a game. I don't know, it's weird. Let's just do some more characters. Now, I was trying to remember, and I should have looked this up, and I'm being lazy. There are 2 brothers in this game. There's Dong Hwan and then his brother Jae Hoon, Kim Jae Hoon.
Versus Rock Howard.
I think they're brothers. They act like they're brothers, but they also act like they're related, at least move-wise, to another Korean character from the Fatal Fury series, Kim Hwan. So they're kind of like Rock is sort of a descendant of Terry. These two brothers are kind of a descendant of Kim. They share some of his moves, but they do them in a different style. It kind of feels like Dong Hwan's style is a little more strength. But see, like Kim has this air multi-kick thing, and they simplified it in this game. I think you just hold down. I don't think that's how it works in most of Kim's games, and Kim was in a lot of the KOF games as well, but maybe I just always had it more complicated in my head. Oh, I forgot to show you. There's a typo in, so I'll show you what I'm kind of talking about.
Round 1. Fight!
There's a skill list in the game. It's got this bizarre layout where you have to hit L1 and R1, and which is really weird when you're using arcade stick to move through the categories. For some reason, it starts on throws, even though those are pretty much the same for every character. But you have to go through all this junk. I always do forget about this top attack. That's the same for every character. I guess they got the name in there, but who cares? Then you finally get to the special moves, and then to the super moves. Now, there's a typo in, and most of the super moves have the same input. Some characters have additional super moves, like Dong Hwan has an extra super duper move, this P-power moves, where you have to have 2 full charges on your meter, and then you can do 3 motions, 3 quarter circle forward motions, and hit the button, and that does this extra super, which is pretty interesting. But there's a typo on one of Rock's first P-power super, where instead of saying you hit the HP button, that's the heavy punch button, it says heavy kick. So it says he has 2 quarter circle forward times 2 plus heavy kick supers, but they're different moves. So that's something that should have been caught in Rock's move list. It's a little typo there. I was saying that they did go back to the 4 attack button setup that the real bout games had. So light punch, light kick, heavy punch, heavy kick. The real bout games had just punch kick and then power attack. And then a 4th button for the line sway system, the sway line or whatever it is. The other thing that Garou is known for is that it's got much more fluid animation than the other fighting games, the other Neo Geo fighting games. And it was kind of seen as an analog to Capcom's Capcom's Street Fighter 3 series, which was also doing more fluid animation. Capcom's hardware was a little more capable, though, so in order to pull off that kind of detail in animation on the Neo Geo, SNK had to wait a second. So that's his air super. That was cool. SNK had to make the characters smaller than they were in the previous Fatal Fury games. They're kind of the scale of characters in the King of Fighters games. But if you look at the earlier Fatal Fury games, the character sprites tended to be larger. So you've got smaller but more fluidly animated characters in this last, or so far, final Fatal Fury game. I don't always like fluid animation just for fluid animation's sake. there's something to be said for punchy, limited animation. And SNK certainly proved that in a lot of their other games, and indeed in earlier Fatal Fury games. I'm losing to Gato again. Oh, he got me. Oh, there's a weird thing in this game where you can sort of hit a character with a little off-center with one of the first hits in your super, and it'll knock them out of the way. And then the rest of the super won't hit them at all. And that seems to happen more in this game than it does in, say, the King of Fighters games. Although I don't usually play with supers in King of Fighters games. Oh, how did that miss? What was that? All I had to do was kick him in the face. I think I'm dead. I hate Gato. I think that's going to be a common theme. Gato breaking my neck and ending my run. Okay, they screwed up something here. In all Neo Geo games, you're supposed to be able to hammer any of the attack buttons to speed up the countdown. But this was, I think it just comes from kind of ignorance on Code Mystics' part and the way they implemented their overriding button scheme. If you hit the, well, I think it's just the light attack button, but the X button during that countdown, it won't skip through the countdown like you would expect for a Neo Geo game. It will act as if you hit the start button to continue, and it'll continue. Super annoying. That really shouldn't happen, but they, I don't know, that's what they did, because if you hit the start button there, instead it'll bring up the pause menu, weirdly enough, so that's not my favorite thing. So yeah, you can set the top to whatever. I just keep it at the default end position. I do like Hotaru's mongoose. I'm not entirely sold on Hotaru. I mean, she's kind of this magical girl archetype. She's kind of like an Athena Asamiya from King of Fighters. I don't know if I got her last name there right. Kind of like Athena from King of Fighters. She's got this deflection move. She's got a fireball. She's cute. You know, she acts cutesy. Very Athena-ish in that respect. Athena does not have a mongoose, though, so Hotaru's got the drop on her there. It's interesting. The first stage in this game is really easy, and then, at least on difficulty 3. Now this is weird. It says we're on Sunset Boulevard, according to the writing on the restaurant there, but we're definitely in, you know, Southtown or Old New South or whatever the heck it was. Other South, Further South, whatever the heck this neighborhood is called. We're not in LA or wherever Sunset Boulevard is. Glam Rock, Second South?
Get serious! Round 1. Fight!
Oh, jeez. Shoot. I don't really feel in touch with Hotaru's moves either. Not horribly out of touch, I suppose, but just like I feel like I'm missing something. Like there should be something here that I'm not getting. And I'm sure there is. But, you know, I'm not going to make a study of the moveset. I hate doing that. Oh, dang it. That's a cool one if she lands it. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, boy. Which one to switch? Yeah! Okay, I guessed right for the super. That was the super I kind of wanted. I do like how this stage changes so dramatically between rounds. Now we're parked at the station. The color in these stages is a little washed out. It's like they spent so much of their palette maybe on characters or something. I don't know. Oh, got him. So there, where she lands on their chest, it's kind of cool. Oh, dang it. Now, in theory, if I were smart, I could, like, deflect one of his... deflect one of his fireballs. Oh, he got away with it. Oh, no. Almost. Shoot. Right in the face. Oh, and then in the last round, we're... Maximum Mayhem. That's interesting. Who's that blimp supposed to belong to? I forget what Maximum Mayhem is supposed to be all about. Is that one of the other characters? Shoot. He's been kind of a sucker for these supers. How did that miss his head on the first... Rock. Hey, mongoose. What a cute mongoose. Doesn't seem to like people, though.
Round 1. Fight!
This is actually kind of a dull stage. I mean, it evokes the right setting, but that's really about all it does. Oh, jeez. Tizoc is a cool character. He is definitely one of my favorite characters in this game. And again, completely new characters. Hotaru and Tizoc were not in any previous game, or in any of the earlier Fatal Fury games. Tizoc has gone on to appear in disguise in King of Fighters 14. Oh, I guess he's also in something else. I think he was. Well, I'd have to look at the wiki or something. I forget. Reflected Tizoc's face. No! It just landed on my face. Ow! Arctic Storm my buns. Oh, trying to mash out a super and failing. Sheesh. And then I got it and I failed. Oh no. Gosh. Thought I was gonna do the old make him jump and then sweep him, but he had the better spacing. Oh wow. Okay, that's trouble. Oh no. Can't do super. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm terrible at doing supers. You're not supposed to just do raw supers like that. You're supposed to combo into them. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with Hotaru. Exposed by the mighty Tizoc. So here, if I hit X like I would normally just do reflexively, it'll continue. Whereas if I hit start, which would in any other Neo Geo version of a Neo Geo game would continue, it brings up this. And then you can just quit, so it's silly. But then I wouldn't get to put in my initials. Alright, don't embarrass me. But, so what was the story with, in Japan, he has, I think his name is Marco Rodriguez or something like that, this character in the Japanese version, but they changed it for the US version. I think that was the name of a MMA fighter or something, a real-life MMA fighter, and they wanted to avoid, they thought that would cause legal problems outside of Japan, I guess. Like, you wouldn't have a problem with it if the game was only, I don't know, weird. So anyway, maybe it was SNK USA's legal department specifically that figured this out or guessed this would be the case. But so they changed his name to Khushnood Butt. And I think I read something like it was a character there was some origin I read for that name, which sort of made a little sense. Like it was a contest and the winner was from the Middle East or something, where Khushnood actually means something, and it doesn't just sound like a silly word like it does to ignorant English speakers. Like so, but of course it's really the last name that makes us giggle. And he's kind of a fun character because he's a sort of Shotoken karate style guy, like your classic Street Fighter Ryu character, but with some interesting differences with his moves. But you know, he's got the fireball. He's got the does he have the flying kicks? Yeah. Oh yeah, there's some kind of flying kick, but it's a different arc to it. Now that's interesting. That was his kick light super, but it was an uppercut. Speaking of which, does he have? I don't know if he has an uppercut. Boy, he's gonna go through a lot of keys that way. Yeah, he does have an uppercut, of course. Calm down. Oh. That was good. Shoot. It's kind of interesting that they only gave... Well, let's check that, actually. They only gave... yeah, it seems like every character only has a one throw, which... Like in King of Fighters games, you had a heavy punch throw and a heavy kick throw, so you could say they're kind of skimping. I can't remember in previous Fatal Fury games how many throws people had, though. So maybe it is Fatal Fury tradition to only have one throw. I don't remember. Uh-oh. Shoot. Oh. There's the heavy version of his punch super, and of course Terry just blocked. Oh shoot, what is that? Well, I guess I do find Butt a little tough to use. Like it's kind of like they sort of intentionally made his Shotokan or whatever it is moves a little different, but that also means they're a little weird to hit with.
Game over.
can't just Ryu it up with him exactly. Hokutomaru's a ninja character. He, what is it? In his story, he's in touch with Andy Bogard, I think, who's a ninja, Terry's brother. Or is he in touch with Mai Shiranui, who's kind of Andy's girlfriend and also a ninja? And it's like Shiranui ninjutsu, which Andy studies. I wonder if that's Hokutomaru's type of ninjutsu. I'm sure it'll tell us if we get to the end of his story, but I'm not likely to get that far right now. I typically don't like ninja characters and all their tricks and teleports and things. Oh, shit. Okay, that was accidental super trigger. That was just punch light super.
Round 2.
Really good win animations and stuff. This is the... Oh, maybe it was the kick super. Well, now I don't remember what button I hit. Either time. Whoa, whoa. Some weird air movement. Guess that's what ninjas can do. Whoa. Oh, that's right. So let's try the punch. Whoops. Oh, I know what the punch one is. Yeah, this is a lot of throwing stars.
Round 1. Fight!
Kind of a clear stage. Well, it isn't. It isn't. It's like the colors are nice, but not a whole lot goes on. I mean, there's plenty of characters sort of doing little animations, but is there really a sense of life to them? I don't know. It's a pretty good background. Not sure what Panda Girl Bingo is all about. Ninja tricks failed. Oh no! What are you doing, buddy? Trying to get the jump on me?
Round 2. Fight!
And like this stage didn't look like it changed between rounds. Oh, inadvertent. Ooh, that's the strong fireball. I like how those throwing stars bounce off if they drop. That's not gonna work. Why did I waste my super doing that? I'm impatient, that's why. And the scrub. Ah, cool lighting effect from that lightning kick that Dong Hwan does. Right. Oh, how's that helping me? No! Ah, if I had been second... Oh, I won. Okay.
Round 1. Fight!
This is another example of a stage where I like all the crazy animated detail in the background, but does the whole feel alive and like a cohesive, beautiful scene? I don't know. I can't really tell a lot of what's supposed to be happening here. How do these animals really fit together? Why are these squirrels on these cans? Yeah! That was lucky. This little bear cub trying to climb up the end of that stump.
Round 2.
More squirrel there. Deer. Ow. It's kind of surprising that this is Khushnood's stage. Uh-oh, he got it. Because in his story, it's all about him being at his dojo in town. And he's really concerned about the dojo, and in fact, he carries the sign for the dojo around with him, I think, to go challenge other dojos or something like we were supposed to do in medieval Japan. Oh, wow, I thought he was going to land behind me. Sheesh. Stupid. Ooh. You calling your shots on me, Khushnood? Oh, well. Ooh. Okay, that was a little fortunate. Oh, no. I just blew out some of my teeth. That's not good. Oh, and he comes in blown up. That's funny. Although I don't think that was related. I think that was just his explosive entrance. And you can do air fireballs. Not downward ones. Can I beat Mighty Tizoc with Hokutomaru? Uh-oh. Ah, shoot. That's trouble. Oh, jeez. I shouldn't have tried to teleport. I'm not a good ninja. Why am I doing ninja stuff? Oh, no. Oh, no. I was scratching away at him desperately for ages, and it's getting him down, but then he just needs one. Effective. That blue flash is the just defend, where if you defend right in time, I think you get a little health back. Something that a number of fighting games do, and at least some of the games in the Street Fighter 3. Oh wait, well that's a parry, which is sort of similar. I know I think there were some other SNK games that have done just defend. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of, it's like a option you can enable on a custom ism in the Capcom vs. SNK 2. And I think it's on some of the SNK ones, or at least one of them. That was heck with it, it's never gonna land, but it'll chip away. Oh no. Again. Scooped. Nope, still can't beat him. Don't hit X. Man, I guess it's separate. Separate rank list per character, maybe? Well, not great. No, not great. Huh, so that doesn't show... Why doesn't it just show me the move list? And here I would have to back out to see the rankings. That's not what I was after. I just want to see my local... Huh, so where do you see your local scores? Maybe you don't? That's just another weird blind spot for these developers. Unless it could be in there and I'm just missing. I don't know. I mean, probably if you're just patient and watch the after game, you let the intro roll, it'll probably go through the high scores. Now, Kevin Rian is one of the characters I have the least familiarity with. Ryan, sorry. Kevin Ryan. It's just a weird spelling of Ryan. I haven't played him much. Like, back in my old emulation days when I was just out of college and poor, and I super got into emulating Neo Geo games. This was around 98, 99, 2000 mostly, so not long after this game came out. And this was a game that really fascinated me, just for the visual style, I guess the smoothness of the animation and everything. And I played a fair amount of it on emulator. Not that I got good at it or anything, but just, having horsing around with my own gameplay. But I didn't play Kevin much, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it was just he was this militaristic character. He felt pretty good there. I mean, it's true. I don't really feel comfortable with playing a character who's all about machine gun bullet belts and stuff. But he's got this, kid that he's watching out for. I think it's like his adopted kid brothers. I don't remember what the story is. I don't remember anything. Using light attacks here, and he's pretty fluid for a big guy. That's his light punch super. Kaboom! Dropped a bomb on Jae Hoon. Oh shoot! Oh, what is that? What is that? I don't know. See his kick super. Oh no, we missed it. Thanks, Kim. Oh shoot. Kim don't play. And it's the other one. Oh, I don't like that. Shoot, he's getting everything on me. Just defends. Oh, God. No. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. It's all falling apart against Dong Hwan. Ah, that's such a cool lighting effect. Why was the kid... He looked like he was celebrating there until he hit himself and... Wow, I can't hit him with anything right now. No, I can't. His jump attack is weird. That's bad. Yeah, his heavy jump attack is almost what was it? Why was it not... It's just so fast I wasn't seeing his leg move. Oh, shoot. Oh no, that's not good. Come on, man. Well, maybe that's why I didn't play much Kevin Rian. Or Ryan, sorry, Ryan. Because I stink. He felt... I love that. He felt fluid and powerful at first, but then it just all fell apart by, what was that, third match? Suddenly just, once they started blocking, it was like, oh, that's like I actually got nothing here.
Game.
So, yeah. Oh, that is be Jenet's theme, by the way. You can set which character's theme you want to be playing in the background in the main menu, which is kind of a cool feature. Although it makes me wonder, isn't there like a menu theme, or a separate menu theme they could have? I don't know. Now this is one character where I feel they were kind of taking themselves too seriously. Kind of trying to channel a Iori Yagami style character, kind of an emo type, you know. But they just made him this, I don't know, this kind of gross character. I don't really like these slashy. Like Iori still feels like a dude, you know, kind of a pretty boy even. You know, still a dude. But even, I don't know what he's supposed to be. I don't know.
Round 2.
A little harder to like than Iori. Oops. Oh, I said oops because I was doing the super and I just realized I had leveled up and I had the heavy super available, but I landed it, so I guess I can't complain.
Round 1. Fight!
Yeah, just not a fan of Freeman's design as a character. Yeah, well, I was going to say I'm not super a fan of Iori's design as a character, but actually I think Iori's a really solid design when you come right down to it. Emo or no, really solid design. Freeman. Oh, that was it. So did I? Huh. It was weird because it didn't do the normal initializing flash supers do. Oh, here's where I... Yeah. Oof. Okay, come on, Freeman, you can do it where all others have failed.
Round 2.
Oh, here's where the stage gets gross looking. Really gross looking. Shit. Oh. Oh. Freeman's win symbol is a beetle or a spider. That's probably why I don't like Freeman. He's got this gross thing going. Wow, so I crushed Gato. So complain though I may about not liking Freeman and his spider sensibility. I am way better with him than anybody else so far, apparently. Oh no. At least against Gato. Oh, here's the real challenge. Take the Tizoc challenge. Oh, wow. This is why people play Freeman, because he's strong. Oh no, that's gonna hurt. That hurt. Shit. Wow. Yeah, he's got some strong moves. Ah, shoot. Oh. That actually worked out quite well. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that still worked. Really glad that came up short, his attack, I mean. Well, there you go. I just beat two guys who I could not beat with any previous character. So Freeman is definitely my guy, I guess, even though I really dislike his design. I just think he's icky. Ooh. Shoot. Right in the face. That was maximum range, too. Ooh, I got an S for that. A little miscalculation on Jae Hoon's part. Oh, there's one on my part. Speaking of getting it in the face. Shoot. Oh. This is trouble. Dang it, I probably should have saved that super, but I thought I could do it. Oh, dang. Bad. Oh, shoot. Torched. Now, towards the end there where I took a couple hits, I had switched from light attacks to heavy attacks, and the heavy attacks were getting stuffed, so I'm mostly using light kick and light punch with Freeman, and some heavy kick. Not a whole lot of heavy punch. Ooh, wow, that was cool. There's a heavy punch. Ooh. Dang. Oh, it just clipped me. It's okay. Oh, shoot. What was that? Okay. Bad. Bad. Shoot. Oh, that was a bit of a joke. See, now this stage would be much more impressive if it changed per round, but I didn't really detect a change there. Dang. He lands a heavy kick and then he gets clobbered. Oh, now I'm just getting clobbered by everything. Cross up super. Shoot! Caught me just as I went in for a move. Nice one, Khushnood. See, there's his dojo sign. Well, I don't really like Freeman as a person, I guess, but I did better with him than anybody else so far.
Game over.
Not that that's saying much. Tizoc. I think all the characters have 4 different color palettes depending on which attack button you select them with. I'm just hitting the light attack button, which is, I think, their default palettes. I'm typically not good with grapplers because you have to be much more deliberate with their attacks, especially their special moves and throws. And I'm not really good at deliberate play.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, so that's just quarter circle back and kick. It's a light version. Good drop kick. Man. I don't think Terry blocked. Yeah, give me that SS rank. Oh, the birds love her.
Round 1.
Are they white pigeons or doves? But there's a gold one? That's weird. There's a yellow one. Oh. Oh. This is the kind of thing where I feel very strong until the AI actually starts blocking and then I just disintegrate. Yeah. Ooh, elbow drop right as she was rising. I think my favorite Tizoc actually is in King of Fighters 14. I don't like King of Fighters 14 as a game, because the animation is horrible. It's mostly the problem. But, it's a pretty cool character in that game. Bye! I mean, they play it coy, and I don't think they ever say straight out that it's Tizoc in disguise. I'm not going to blow it who it is, although I'm sure you can guess it when you look at the game, but it's pretty much him. Uh-oh. Okay, how does his super work? Oh, that's his kick super. Oh no, I'm dead. I bet his punch one is a 360 or 720 or something. I am superior. I cheated out.
Round 1. Fight!
I do love the big submarine. I don't know, like, does Jenet just not care about the pier? It's just like, just friggin' ram the sub into it, park. Yep. Oof.
Round 2. Fight!
Dang it. Okay, I want to look. See what his, there's a 720, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Trying to do it. So bad with 720 style moves. Well, that was just his regular 360 move, probably. Did the job. I never noticed it says SNK like on that Times Square style thing in the middle there. The Hokutomaru stage is another one where, actually, I do like the color scheme. Great color scheme, great sort of dark and light balance, but I'm not sure about the overall visual balance because it's all sort of centered low. All the detail is centered low behind the characters. It leaves a lot of the stage feeling kind of empty. Ooh, wow. That was cool. It's all just mashing, mind you. Still trying to do like a 360 motion or something, or a 720. Oh, but it's doing that instead. Oh, I was also hitting the wrong button because you can't. Oh, he did his. You can't if you don't have the P power built up, you can't use the heavy button to do a super. You have to use the light button to do your S power. I just can't. Oh, I knew it. I always come up short on those. Yeah, elbow drop. Gotta just defend on his super. Oh shoot. Dang it. Oh, good. Okay, anticlimactic. Not a big fan of this stage of Kevin's. You got the big pre-rendered model wobbling around in the air right above your head. It feels very claustrophobic, oddly enough. And maybe a little too dark. To really fit, well, even just the illumination of the character sprites. Gotcha! I guess that was overkill, but it felt good. That's the kick button super. Okay, the smothering helicopter is gone. Let's go. And that is a clever way to make the stage, to make a simple feeling change to the stage, although they also recolored the whole thing, so that wasn't simple. Dang it. Get going up. Uh-oh. Whoa, hello. And a little follow-up. Oh my god. Can't do my super, that's what I'm failing at doing. And they recolored it again. So some of the stages do get big changes per round. Why did Khushnood get, or is it Khushnood? Why did he get stiffed? Uh-oh. Shoot. Oh, just exchanging hits. No, I can't get away. Well, fortunately, I got the last hit, because that was what it was coming down to. We were just both these two heavyweights, couldn't get away after scoring a hit, so there's finally some story. Well, that's silly. Also, maybe fried chicken thing, not great. Well, I didn't notice if he said it was his favorite food or not his favorite food. Just bringing it up is a little questionable. You really have to go there. Wow, he is going all over me. Oh, nice. Oh, shoot, I thought I had him. Ah. Nice.
Round 2. Fight.
What? Oh, man. Dang it. Okay, that was a bit too obvious. No! Oh! I hadn't even seen that move before where I threw him off the wall, but then I didn't know what to do. Well, I did a lot better than I thought I would do with Tizoc, so that's cool. Tizoc's fun. Even though I'm terrible with grapplers.
Game over.
I don't know what that weird sound is supposed to be. You can, of course, just go this way around, and then you see the secret characters. Well, see if I can get past stage 1. I love her pirate gang. I don't feel good about... I feel like I have very little understanding of how to play her, though. She's got all these intentionally floaty moves. Like that. I mean, how am I supposed to get at her with that? I do like that super, though. That's her punch super. Nice, straightforward, just blast them super. Her other super, not so much. It's also very noisy. I'll just do the super silly.
Round 2. Fight!
I like their little win icon, the purple skull. Ow! Shoot. I don't know what that is either. Her jump kicks. I should just use jump punches maybe. No, that's not helping me. Nope. Yeah, jump punch is not getting it done. Yeah. Well, I decided to save my super there, and we'll see if that was a good idea. Oh, I landed it there. See, I do love this version of the stage, though. This is awesome. I hope they made you suffer through 2 boring versions or even ugly versions of the stage to get to the awesome version. Oh no, what am I doing? Got him. That was the heavy version. I think all my flailing around fooled him. Was not intentional exactly. Just broke a lot of glass. Don't land on the broken glass, Terry. Ah, I hate that. Why would you do? Why? Don't do that. No, you just got blasted because you did a stupid floaty hooting move. No. Oh yeah. Ooh. Did a lot of tick damage, it looked like. What is it? Does that even hit anything? I don't understand. I'll be Jenet, you're gonna kill my wrist here on these moves. Slap, slap, flail, super. Oh, see there she went at different speeds. It's the same button. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, air throw. Wow. him to come in a little, and he didn't. Oh, jeez. No, don't do that. Yeah, just cheap it out. That's why I like that super. Really great entrance and win poses or animations. I don't really like playing her aside from that though. That was cool. So that was the heavy jumping punch. Maybe I'll try more of that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, heavy jump punch. Maybe this solves my frustrations with beat Jenet. Oh, wasn't it Bonne? Maybe not. I don't know if it solved my frustrations, but I'm still getting bonked by Hokutomaru. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Oh, ninjas. Ninjas.
Round 2. Fight!
Jump heavy punch. That's a good one. Whoop. Oh. That worked well. Oh shoot, I think I could have parried or deflected that if I'd been a little bit slap.
Final round. Fight!
Ah, the characters in the background changed what they were doing. The policeman was just sitting there literally twiddling his thumbs. Two kids sitting on the hood of the car now. I should pay attention to this ninja jerk. Yeah, because if you can land the heavy jump punch, then you can, well, if you're smart, you can follow up with, well, that's not, follow up with, oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, you got me. I was blindsided. That was a tactical failure of awareness. I never really pay attention to when a character has a super that they can blast me with in a particular way. I'm not very smart.
Game over.
I did better with her than I kind of thought I would, and maybe with heavy jump punch I would do even better. Well, there's Gato with the perhaps overpowered neck breaker.
Round 1.
But Gato is another character who's a little too self-serious, so going by the last two serious character, Spider Boy, maybe I'll do well with Gato. Wow, he's just doing everything. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, he isn't. And Gato and Hokutomaru, what's her name? The magical girl are story related somehow. I can't remember if they're brother and sister or some other relationship. That's not the one. Or maybe it is, actually. The neck break doesn't come until after some initial thing.
Round 1. Fight!
There must be some follow-up type deal you can do. So, that's his kick super, so yeah, the neck break is on punches.
KO!
I really don't like his kick super, I seem to recall, because it has very limited horizontal range. Given that his punch super is so overpowered as well, it's too tempting to use the kick super unless you were in a very particular situation. I was thinking I'd be clever and save my super, but of course that was... I already won a round, so that was not necessary. Ooh. I never realized. I wonder if he can spike you up for a juggle with that. Ooh. No. Some real problems against Dong Hwan today. He's just too big and manly. It's that flowing ki. Oh shoot. Just accidental super. Did not mean to do that. Nope, should have blocked. Should have been blocking. Should have been hitting buttons.
KO. Final round. Fight.
Oof. Well, it didn't do an overwhelming amount of damage, I guess. Shoot. So. Oh no. I didn't know when I could counterattack. He's a little too good at little jumping moves. Again, I didn't know when I could safely attack him there. Ack. So, okay, I'm not that great with Gato. That's probably good. Well, I felt like his moves were pretty intuitive. Yeah, much more than a lot of the characters, really. Let's see how Jae Hoon does, though. I used him briefly when I was trying to calibrate the sound, which was difficult. The sound was volume levels a little all over the place. And I felt pretty good with Jae. I mean, part of it is that he's very similar to Kim Kathwon in terms of his moveset. But also he's fast and very fluid. Kind of like the best Kim Calf one with fire. Add fire.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, jeez. Oh shoot. Not sure what that one. That's his kick super. Jeez. Well, the first match they made a little too easy, I think. God, let's start.
Round 1. Fight.
The AI doesn't even block in the first match. Uh-oh. So that's the kick super, that's cool. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know if I like him just snapping his fingers for his wife or something like that, but she seems pretty into it. So whatever makes them a happy couple, I guess, as long as they're both down with it. Oh, he can hold that. It's a quarter circle forward kick, maybe? I don't know what it was. It was punch. Yeah, punch. Ooh, a throw. How about that? Aw. Maybe he just wanted to touch her leg, though.
Round 1. Fight.
Kind of an ugly stage. Ow. At least in this first round, I guess it gets a little better. Oh, these commando tricks. Whoopsie, ow. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm not dead. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, not quite. Oof. Oh shoot, I wanted to see that. Good view of it there. So, stuffed his super. Not sure about this music. I'm just trying to be a spaghetti western thing. Oh, I don't know what he was doing. I was scared.
KO.
Yos. Okay, so he's fast, but is he
Round 1.
fast enough to take on Ninja Boy? Oh, that's good. That's not so great. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Hey. Well, if he's just gonna block everything, then I'm just gonna die. Oh, dang it. It's the wrong super anyway, but I don't think my kick one would have had enough range to get to him there either, so it was a very successful taunt on Hokutomaru's part. Oh, he got me again. Ninja Boy. Not sure how he missed me with that one exactly. Ooh. Dang it. Yeah. screaming sound was kind of scary. Yohos.
Final round. Fight!
Nice. Jeez. He's gonna nuke me with his shooter at some point. Oh, here. Yeah. Shoot. Oof. Well, he didn't use his super. Lucky me. Oh, jeez. Sweet car, Freeman. Yikes. Ah. No, watch out. Actually, maybe I got the furthest with... No, I guess I didn't. It was just who's next. I was thinking of Khushnood, where I had that little conversation with one of the characters, but... Or no, I was playing Tizoc at that point, wasn't I? I don't remember. I think I was, so never mind. I was just battling. Ooh. It was a fail to do my super. I bet he missed his super. He's got this weird super that sneaks up on you like that. It doesn't flash at the beginning.
Round 2. Fight!
Dang, too slow. Oh, nice dash back, I guess. Jeez.
KO.
Not a big fan of that stage, really. See, they've got good characterization in this, though. The story is engaging in that regard. Ah! Ew. Dang it, Dong Hwan. Why you gotta be such a battle god? Sure. Ah! No, dumb. Oh, she didn't clap that time. Oh, there she goes.
Round 2. Fight!
Oh. Oh no, I was stunned there or something. Oh wow. Jeez. Yeah. Heavy punch super. Oh shoot. Oh, that was his heavy punch super, I think. Or heavy something super. Oh, now he's already got another one. Ah. Oh. Shoot. Gosh. Well, that was a pretty good match, I guess. Except for the last hit. I mean, it was good by him. Yeah, that was good fun.
Game over. Bogard versus Dong Hwan.
Kind of a trip to see this other costume for Terry, too. This is the first time he actually wore something other than just his red jacket and baseball cap.
Fight!
What's interesting for Terry is that he doesn't have his let's see, silly buttons here. I always forget about this. He doesn't have his charge down up punch move, which is the the English that he yells out when he does it. Crack shot or I don't remember. Anyway, he doesn't have that move, which he's had in. Oh, well, that says crack shoot. Oh, maybe they just changed the input. So back quarter circle back kick. Oh no, that's this. Yeah, so he doesn't have the charge he's always had in so many games. Yeah.
Round 2. Fight!
Hey. Don't block. It's just the first round. Oh. Then he blocked. Heck.
KO. Okay.
There's something annoying about the boss stages in this game. You have to, I think, just to get to the second boss, those two bosses, of course, you have to get a certain amount of like S rank wins and stuff. Or yeah. And one time I was trying to do that to see all the stories, to see like a certain good ending or something. I don't know. So I was being frustrated trying to get these S ranks and stuff once. But that's what I get for trying to do stupid accomplishments. That's his heavy kick super. Oh. Oh boy.
Round 1.
Get serious. Whoopsie. Jeez. I'm just doing a bunch of random attacks. That always works, right? Just, there's some slowdown. That would have freaked me out if I had done the super I was thinking about doing there. What? Hey. I'm such a chump. Now it's trouble. Oh no. Ooh. thought I had the health lead and I was just gonna lame it out, and then he winged me with this darn throwing star. Ah. Flails. Oh, I hit the wrong. Can't do heavy punch when you don't have P super. Oh gosh. Oh, he does it again. I hate that super. Always gets me with that. So I just jump like a fool. This is just the second stage. Can't do the super. I'm gonna get killed. So mad. Yeah. Well. Well, that was embarrassing enough. I don't know about that Terry. I mean, now I'm just making excuses for that really poor performance, but that Terry doesn't particularly excite me. Well, we've still got... This is the first boss.
Red.
It's so cheesy. It kind of fits in his actual stage where you meet him. Whoa. Which is a kind of cavernous room or something. Very much kind of a big smasher. Yeah, I mean, he's got, he's got skill and everything, but very much a power type.
Round 2. Fight.
Seems like that's a juggle, but it's kind of a silly move. Oh. Jeez. It's just a quarter circle forward kick. It's his kick super. Gave him these big purple flashes on his super, didn't they? He's a purple evil man with magic purple.
Round 1. Fight.
Not sure how balanced the bosses are supposed to be. I don't think they're supposed to be overpowered. I know I've seen them in some kind of tournament-like videos. I feel overpowered. That looks overpowered, but I don't think it is when you're actually just playing it yourself. Smack, smack, smack. I'm a big serious man in a cape. This is the serious thing that we must do. A cape and a mask. And no shirt. Shirts are for wimps. Oh yeah. Got a good hit range.
KO.
Ring a dong ding. Ring a ding dong? Now that's an entrance.
Round 1. Fight.
Tizoc's jealous. Whoop. Oh boy, this might be just playing right into Tizoc's hands. Or talons. Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah, it sure is. Yep. Well. Okay, I have an idea. No, that's not it. That move. Oh no. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's not helping. Whoa. Shoot. Okay, save my butt. Buns. That's what I mean. Well, Maximum Mayhem is the wrestling thing? Yeah, it is. Although, what does the mat say? King of Fighters. But that says Maximum Mayhem. Maximum Mayhem, King of Fighters. Okay, interesting. Oh, I tried to do my super and failed. Okay, oh, I'm hitting the wrong button, that's why. No! Oh, there's the button now. Too slow. No, I'm dead. Lightning flash red. Oh, he was broken. His guard broken. Oh. So goofy. Do they just truck this big rock skull thing in? And everybody stands back. Do your thing, Tizoc. Do it. Oh, Grant. Sorry. This big crowd pleaser. Oh, God, he's too fast. Oh. Finally. Can't do that against Tizoc. Get it off on Tizoc. Barely got it in there.
Round 2. Fight!
Shoot. Oh, yeah, that's the kick super. Oh, that's pretty good. Seems like. Uh-oh. Ow. Flails. Not sure what Grant's win icon is supposed to be. It's not. Is it a sun? Ah. Shoot. Oh. This is an interesting game because it does kind of fit the whole Fatal Fury thing in the sense that you put it in this sort of fantasy melting pot South City that they had already established, and you can kind of do this weird mix of different cultures and stories.
Round 1.
Goofiness. Oh no. Yeet. Oh no, wrong. Oh shoot. Ooh. Oh, there was some slowdown. That punch super is kind of good because it covers pretty much all the area in front of you and up above. So if you're in the corner, it's pretty much going to hit them if they're not blocking. Oh, there we go. I actually managed to get the follow-up by just mashing and flailing. That's not a good lesson for the kids. Ooh. Yeah, that super bailed me out again. Uh-oh. Semifinals, huh? Well, semifinals against Hokutomaru does not sound good for me. I don't know what that was about.
Round 1. Fight!
Why is Hokutomaru my Grant's nemesis? Maybe because he's so serious. I mean, Grant is. Yeah. Also, he's slow, relatively. And getting whooped by this fast ninja kid. Slow down. Uh-oh. Shoot, that wasn't what I meant to do. Ah. Time's running out. Ooh, yeah, that's super. Bails me out again.
Round 2. Fight!
I initially hit the heavy attack button, and so it didn't come out. I was like, oh no, and then, oh yeah, the light attack button, stupid. Oh man. Oh, you tried to jump. Wait a second, did he air block that? Oh man, he did. Oh, you got me. That is the super that I get hit by. Oh man. Can't get out of here. Nope. Selfish.
Final round. Fight!
Worked out well. Just gonna whack you in the face, kid. Oh, stick with light attack buttons. What is little run? Oh no. No. Sha. Oh no. Oh gosh. Well, I did it. So now do I face myself? Yeah, I'm surprised too, kid. Oh. So he doesn't appear from a skull?
Round 1. Fight!
But I'm confused. I guess Grant must be a little overpowered, because how the heck else did I get to this with him as the only character I've done it with? Yeah, oh no! How did he block that? He was jumping in. I don't know what attack. Oh, I guess it's that attack. I don't know how I did it. Oh, there's the super. Yeah, it's a good one. Well, live by the super, die by the super. That seems fair. I mean, pretty accurate fight. Didn't actually do that much damage to him, it seemed like. Oh no. Ooh. Ah. Trying desperately to mash that super out. Probably should have tried to block. Maybe nothing. Oh well. So probably though I would not have, even if I had beat him, it would have just ended there and not gone to the full boss in the story because I didn't get enough like S rank wins.
Game over.
So that just leaves that final boss. Wait, nope, there he is. He's so tiny. Expected the final boss to be bigger. Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe he's not balanced. Not feeling super balanced right now. Nope. This is just the first round or match. But jeez. Ah, God, come on.
Round 2. Fight!
Why does it say saving right there? What is it? It's not saving. What would it be saving? Oh, boy. Wow, that was weird. That was the punch super. Dang it. Battle God.
KO!
He says something as you get him. What is he saying there? Okay. Turn the gas down. Yeah, your magic purple flames. Get it. You know all about the magic purple flames from King of Fighter and Orochi and all that, but I don't think Kain is supposed to be Orochi. He's just using his chi or whatever. Just gonna spam punch in your face. Whoa, that's the kick super. That's kind of cool. Bam, 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 bam. What the heck is he doing? Other circle forward, kick, heavy kick. I don't know what that is. Well, that's not fair. It's gonna drop a plasma burst on you from orbit.
Round 1. Fight!
This is like, this seems in theory like it would be just a super cool stage. I mean, forest, giant trees, lots of animals. But I think it's because the color is so thin. It's also just not a... The layout is not really great.
Round 2.
of a disappointing stage, especially it's got a lot of animation in it, but it doesn't change at all between rounds. Unlike most of the stage. Oh, that's gonna get. I got a fireball. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if Kain R Heinlein is too overpowered. I'm certainly not showing it. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Okay. Oop. That was about my worst score tonight. Yeah. Okay, so the other thing is survival, which is actually kind of fun. Like, normally I don't really like survival modes. Okay, who would I have the most fun with? I mean, I did best with Freeman, probably. Let's just do
Jae Hoon versus Khushnood Butt.
But they threw a random element into this survival. Like, usually I feel like survival is like, you know, you're just going to lose so much health per match, and by the time you're at, you know, match X, you're probably just going to die because you're just running out of health. But so they give you random power-ups when you score hits. And I guess you could say it probably averages out to the same thing, but I don't know, it makes it feel interesting to me. Why can't I do a super? And you can move for a second after you down him, so you can pick up any power-ups that your last hits knocked out of him.
Get ready. Survive.
I did keep my meter. Oh no, no! Whoop, don't give her that. I mean, the AI can pick up the power-ups too. I don't know if they knock them out of you. Oh, she did get power from that. Well, I'm maxed out. So yeah, actually, this survival mode actually seems like one of SNK's best survival modes. Take this, Battle God. Oh, yeah. So that's interesting because you're also kind of... You've got a real gameplay reason to do big supers because they seem to knock out more power-ups than just regular attacks. Maybe it's just that they do so much damage anyway, but I don't know. Well, I'll try to survive. Oh no, this is trouble. That's it. I'm flailing. Ah, shoot. Oh, shoot, that was a nice step back he did. Well, I was doing so well, and then I ran into Gato. And he's blocking all my supers. No! Well, ah, shoot. I don't think time does anything for him, but it's not really what I need right now either. Well, somehow I beat him. I'm not sure if he just naturally had less health, less hit points than me, because it sure seemed like he had a life lead, and I didn't feel like I was hitting him that much more. Okay, I need that. Not lucky. Yeah, loot. Look at that. I'm almost back to full health. Okay, don't blow it.
KO. Jae Hoon.
いい勝負でした。よし。限界前。飛ばすぜ。勝負です。
Get ready. Survive.
Yeah, this is a really fun survival mode. I don't know how I missed this before. Well, I guess I was just maybe. Oh no. So there are debuff items though, so I just got a time down item. I thought it was a health down. So it wasn't that bad, I guess. But there is a skull one that's a health down. And you can sometimes just end up getting them unavoidably.
Get ready. Survive.
Oh, you didn't block it. Yeah, that's the kick super, and it's so good. Well, I don't know that I care about time so much. Although maybe, I guess if they made it, it's such a weird screen. I don't know if time really does start to become a factor at some point. I guess it would, because it's, so is it what, 92? Yeah, so time doesn't reset between matches. That's interesting. Interesting. This is a pretty cool survival mode. Oh, one man who can defeat me, myself. Oh shoot, he really will. Oh wow, I thought that was going to go under him. No. Chickens.
Get ready. Survive.
One real advantage of putting your... Oh, she got the power down. Putting your top in. Well, actually, I don't... Did you even get to pick it for survival? Because it would be stupid to put your top in on anything other than the final third, because that's where you're going to be health-wise most of the time. No! Ooh, I have 0 pixels left. And because of the way this survival mode works, you don't gain anything between matches, so I'm still at 0 health. Yeah. Yep. Stage 10, that seems good. Anyway, that was fun. It really gets, you know, giving you random power-ups breaks the feeling of that I always have in a lot of survival modes of just being trapped with a limited life that's just ticking away. So that's cool. And the story mode is actually pretty good too. You don't get a whole lot of story until you get pretty far in. Well, it seems like at the semifinals there's a little conversation, and when a certain character meets a certain other character, so each character has some other story character that they can meet sometime randomly that'll give them a conversation, but then the actual main story for the character doesn't kick in at all until right at the end. And you might not even get to that final end, even if you win all your fights, if you don't win enough with the right ranking. So that's, I guess that's replay value. Anyway, pretty cool game. Very different than the earlier Fatal Fury games. But, you know, it's good. It means it doesn't just... You can have different game experiences. know, Fatal Fury 3 is a very different game, but it's awesome. And this game's pretty cool too. I think a lot of this feeling I have of it being kind of a stiff game was just from the Dreamcast version I played with a bad joystick. Probably whatever I used with the emulator wasn't a great joystick either. Alright, well, that's about all I can do here. I'm not going to do multiplayer, not that there's probably anybody playing, because there is no rollback netcode, which is what gets the online players excited. They'll just be playing the emulator that has rollback. So yeah, that's it. This will stay. I'm not gonna delete it. Like, I put away my what's it called? Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 2. But keep this on the old PS4 hard drive. Yeah, okay, so what am I going to play next? I guess I should get in a Virtua Fighter 5 episode next, maybe? Quest mode, that would be Go is up next in my very slow at the moment rotation, Go Hinagami. So I'm thinking I'll do that. Next up, series-wise, to get through, the only real big chunk of games left in all these flashy games that I've now dug up and am playing since my eyes feel better is King of Fighters games. I have a lot of King of Fighters games I haven't played in a long time. I'm not going to play any of the early King of Fighters from KOF 94 to 97 that don't have a flash option, where once you got to 98, and that was after the horrible incident with the Pokemon episode with the flashing blue and red animated sequence that gave like 300 kids seizures in Japan or something. That was in 1997. And then in the KOF 98, which came out, the next KOF that came out after that incident, they had an option to turn off the red flashing screen on counter hits and supers and stuff. But it's on by default. The flashing red is still on by default. And everybody leaves it on, so if you look at most videos on YouTube, it's still all these red flashing screens. But the KOS before that, you can't turn the red flashing screens off, and but there are certain versions of certain KOFs that don't have the red flashing screen, so I'll play a few of those. I have a few of those for the earlier versions. There are collections on, well, I guess the KOF one that YouTube user actually pointed out to me was on the Wii, I think, the collection on the Wii, KOF collection on the Wii, but that's a really bad, and that one came out on, I think that was called is that called a Orochi collection or something? But it's not the Japanese Orochi. No, it was called something else. Well, whatever it was a bad collection. It came out only in the States. It was a bad collection, bad emulation. Actually, that same user told me that you can't even play solo in that collection. You can only play in team mode. And I do have that collection. I did get it on PS4, but it's just bad. I didn't play it much. But apparently the Wii version of that does not have the red flashing effects. They actually went in and took those out, and I wish SNK really should have done that themselves at some point and just made it so, gone back and made those games so they had that option, and so it wasn't this problem for people who don't want that red flashing screen thing. Anyway, but I did dig up a few versions of let's see, 3. Is it 3? Well, I think it's 2 of the pre-98 games I have versions of that don't have the red flashes. And then there's also a later KOF game that has an unavoidable flash if you end a match a certain way. But there is a version of it I found on one system that does not have that. So I'll be playing those. I'll be playing some other sort of KOF, not side games exactly, but sort of weird versions of them that came out a lot on PS2. Not a lot, but some on PS2. Maybe it's really just one that I'm thinking of. Anyway, lots of KOFs to play, so that'll be a big chunk of episodes. But first, I'll probably get in... I mean, I do want to get onto those, but I feel like I probably should get in a Virtua Fighter episode if I can. So that's probably what'll happen. Yep. Thanks for watching this Garou Mark of the Wolves episode, and good night.